Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are doing pretty well. Well, today's video is going to be a product review slash product demonstration on two new products from Ethos. Now, I'm going to put this out there and put this disclaimer out there. Tim over from Ethos Car Care actually sent these products out to me to play around with. He said he wanted to just kind of get my feedback on it, and I was like, okay, let me just share my feedback with all of you on here. So we're going to take a look at two new products that were sent to me, and I want to just thank Tim once again. I appreciate Tim for staying in touch and staying in contact, kind of just trading feedback back and forth. And again, I appreciate you, Tim, for doing that. So again, kudos to Tim. So I think Tim deserves more of the spotlight. Ethos kind of gets forgotten about, and so I think it's time to put him on the map, so to speak, to kind of just get him more noticed and get some more traction with the brand, because he's got some hidden gems in the product line. So yeah, let's get right into it. So again, Tim, thank you once again. So the first thing I want to kind of go over is Tim actually did send me the this towel here. So let's go over the towel here. Now I haven't opened the towel here. It's a monstrous towel. It's he calls it the Max Drying Towel, 30 by 40, 2000 GSM. So it comes in a big old bag here. I'm not going to be using this today because I don't really need a big towel for this. I might give it to my brother, but we'll see. Again, it's a big old monstrous towel. You can see, twist loop style. It's a really nice towel here. But yeah, I just don't have a need for it right now. So we're going to set this one aside here. And if I ever get a humongous SUV, like I said, my brother has the truck. I usually give my brother big towels like this because he has the that 2015 Silverado, the ZR2, and it's pretty massive. And he kind of goes through towels quite a bit. So I kind of just give him these big old towels, and then I just ask him what he thinks about them. So typically I don't need those type of towels here. The next thing he sent me their foam cannon. Now I do have it filled with water at the moment, but he sent me their foam cannon. And actually, let me just assemble it real quick. I already did. So it comes pre-installed with a 1.25 orifice. This is essentially an MJJC foam cannon. It's just got the Ethos colorway on here. And so let me just kind of spin the top on here and just show you what it looks like. So here's the Ethos foam cannon. You can see right here, it's got the black and gold theme on it, which looks pretty nice. And again, I have the regular MJJC foam cannon. Again, this one here. And you can see that they're identical here. I don't think who really cares? We know that this foam cannon is really good. So this is the Ethos one. We're going to prep this just to show you the thickness of the soap as I pour it in here. So that's why I have this here. But let me take the top back off on here. So again, comes pre-installed with the 1.25 orifice, comes with a 1.1 orifice. It comes with O-rings, because once you install this piece here, let me just take it off here to kind of just showcase this. In here, in this piece here, there's a rubber gasket here, rubber seal, and sometimes that goes out, and if it does tear, you're gonna have to replace it. It comes with two in the kit. And then, before I put that on there, as far as the orifice size, see that gold piece dead center in there? It's that piece in there. If you have a smaller pressure washer like 1.1 or 1.2, somewhere in that type of GPM, you're going to want to put the 1.1 on there. I'm going to keep the 1.25 in here, but I just want to kind of just show you that on there. Again, it's got the weighted ball on here, so we'll go on here. Flexible tube. Again, MJJC foam cannon, nothing wrong with that. Now he sent me that because it pairs with their new Ethos Pure Shampoo, which is this guy here. And so we're going to go over this one here. I'm going to foam it on the car, and we're gonna just use it and see how this works. And I asked Tim, like, hey, I asked him, number one, I asked him if there's protection in this, and he said no. So this is just a pure shampoo here. He said it's going to let me just kind of get his words, because I don't want you guys to kind of misinterpret what I'm trying to say. It says it should replace anything you're using for coating maintenance. That's what this thing is for. So again, pure shampoo, no protection in it. It's just going to rinse off, clean the surface here. And it says it's a pure, powerful cleaning, high foam performance, ultra slick lubrication, versatile and safe formula. And as far as putting the foam can, it says mix 2 to 3 ounces of pure shampoo with water in your cannon. Apply thick foam, let it dwell, and rinse clean. Add 1 ounce per 2 gallons of water. Wash with a soft mitt from top to bottom. So in the bucket, it's 256 to 1. And your foam cannon, 2 to 3 ounces. Kind of just depends on how much water you put in there. I have about 800 milliliters in there. It says that Pure Shampoo delivers powerful pH neutral cleaning with rich lubricating foam that safely lifts dirt and grime while rinsing completely clean. With its premium surfactants and water softeners, it's safe for all finishes, ceramic coatings, and helps prevent water spots. Elevate your wash routine with the purest clean, no fillers, no residue, just results. Again, just a pure cleaning shampoo here. So let's go ahead and pour some out. I'm just gonna go ahead and shake it. It does have a nice scent. I will mention that. I forget what's the scent? I think on the website it says the scent. Where is the scent here? I want to say it was blood orange martini scent. So that's the scent of the soap here. So let's go ahead and pour some out. We'll go ahead and we'll put 2 ounces in the foam cannon here. So this is a 50 ml thing here, but so we'll do, so you can see how thick it is. So it's not very thick, so I appreciate that from him. So that means it'll disperse a lot better. So let's here's 40 milliliters. I'm just gonna pour it in my foam cannon. I'll put another 20 mils in here. I'm just gonna pour it in here. I just want to give you guys the consistency of what this looks like. So again, I appreciate Tim for keeping it a thin consistency. And then we'll put 20 milliliters in here, and then I'll put some in my bucket. I just want to give you guys a quick little look at the type of consistency that we're dealing with here. Put the cap back on here. What I like to do is I'd like to take well, this is actually a wheel woolly. This is basically my stir stick, and I'll stick it in here, and I'll just mix it. That way I don't have to shake the foam can. I'll just mix it and get everything mixed up first. And now it's mixed up. I don't have to shake the foam cannon. I don't if this was a thicker soap, I wouldn't have to worry about it being stuck at the bottom here. So I just give it a quick little shake. Let me stir with the stick. That way I don't have to shake it. But that's what this is set up, like that. So we're good to go with Pure Shampoo. I'll put some in my bucket, and then we'll talk about we'll showcase the foaming, and we'll talk about lubrication on the surface as well once we get there. Next product up that we have is, I'm going to switch over to the product page, is the new detail spray. So this is the new detail spray from Ethos. Has a great color being pink here. Smells great. One thing I did, and Tim said I could reach out to customer service. I'm not going to reach out to customer service because I don't need a replacement bottle. When I received mine, it has a silver seal on the top here. It was partially lifted on one of the corners, so it did leak a little bit out of the bag, not a whole lot. I know Tim wanted me to reach out to customer service, probably to get another bottle, but again, I'm not going to, because I had plenty in here, and it's not a big deal. So again, smells great, but this is what it states on here. It says it enhances gloss and slickness on any surface, boosts protection of waxes and sealants, streak-free shine guaranteed, perfect as a drying aid and clay lubricant. So that's what that states, and it says achieve a flawless streak-free finish with Ethos Detail Spray. Designed to bring out the best in your vehicle's appearance, our detail spray enhances gloss, adds slickness, and boosts the protection of waxes and sealants. They're using it as a drying aid, clay lubricant, or simply to add a quick pop of shine. Ethos Detail Spray is a must-have for any detailing routine. Detail spray helps boost protection on top of waxes or sealants and is safe for any ceramic coating. Note, streaking may occur if the towel or surface becomes oversaturated, not intended for heavily soiled surfaces. The way to use this, again, typical detail spray, mist onto the surface and wipe with a microfiber towel. Then you buff off. If you're using it on a drying aid, mist onto a wet surface and into the drying towel, then wipe dry. Clay lubricant, again, you're going to spray liberally and then use your clay bar or your clay towel. That's what you're going to do with this product here. So again, that's what this is stating. Now, because I did see that it states that it boosts protection. Where was that? Boost protection, reinforces the durability of waxes, sealants, or coatings. I was like, okay, does this leave something on the surface in terms of protection? I asked Tim. He said no. So I'm not the chemist. Tim is the guy that works for the company. He would know better than I do whether this or not this leaves protection. So It says it boosts protection of waxing and sealants. He said it doesn't, so I'm going to go with what he says and say that it doesn't. So that's what we're going to do with the detail spray. So I'm going to show you just using this. Again, as far as, we'll talk about dry nades when we get to that part of it, but I will say that these two work very good together, because I did wash my dad's car with the hybrid rinseless wash here, and then I was using this as a dry nade, and they work really good. So some people are complaining that this doesn't have enough slickness on the drying portion, so you can solve it with this. It does add instant slickness onto the surface and instant gloss. I will state this: if you're using it as a dry nade, yes, it is slick, but if you use it as a topper, say that once the paint is dry and you go back and just use it like a regular detail spray, it's slicker on the surface than it is as a dry nade. You'll get better slickness. You can tell just by feeling it on the back of your hand that on a using it as a detail spray on dry paint, it leaves a good amount of slickness. If you're using a dry nade, good slickness, but you're not going to notice, like I said, you'll notice it more, being more slicker. I'm trying to find my words here, using it on dry paint versus wet paint. That's what I want to kind of get across. So let me go ahead and wash the wheels and tires, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you the way this foams. We're going to talk about how this cleans off the surface here. We're going to talk about lubrication and all that. And then because the Equinox is not super dirty, I'm going to do a foam, rinse it off real quick, refoam it, and I'm going to bring it back on camera. And then we're going to talk about the lubrication on the soap here. And I think that's it. So then I'm going to talk, one thing I forgot to mention, Fenrir here. So I used Fenrir last time as a tire dressing. I mixed them up at 1 to 5 for the interior because I was playing around with it. I'm going to go ahead and top it off with 1 to 5, just use up that little spray bottle, because I'm too lazy to mix up another 1 to 1. But I got about 3 weeks of that, of Fenrir, before it needed another touch up there. So again, not a groundbreaking product. Again, it is water based, so it is going to break down over time. But again, it's pretty decent for what it is. All that aside, let's get to it. A lot of talking here. Just skip ahead if you want to get to the main point of it. So let me go ahead and foam this up, and I'll come back to you on camera during the foaming process, and then we'll talk about the lubrication of the soap. So be right back. All right, everyone, welcome here. So actually, to save some time, again, I foamed it, I rinsed it, and I'm refoaming it again. And I'm only going to demo this on the hood because it's just a lot quicker to just show this on a small area, so you can see how much foam that this generates. Generates quite a bit of foam. Again, I put about what did I put in here? I put 60 milliliters in the foam cannon here, so I still have some left. So let's take a look at what the foaming capability that it does. I'm just kind of adjust the camera here, and it lays it pretty thick. I mean, that's pretty thick foam. You can see how thick that is. That's pretty thick. I mean, that's super thick at 60 milliliters. Look how thick that is. That's ridiculously thick. So you're going to play around with the amount of soap in the foam cannon. I'd probably back it down a bit. I'll put the camera down for a minute before I can take everything apart. But I'd probably back down on it. Put about an ounce in here. And yeah, you could probably get some real good foam just with an ounce of soap in there. Okay, so I'm got all my foam cannon stuff set up. Put away. So let's go ahead and talk about the lubrication of this and see how it does. Again, I'm not gonna wash the entire car with you on camera. I'm just gonna show you a small section here. So I'm gonna put my wash mitt in here, and we'll kind of go over. You can see kind of just dripping off the wall paint there. So if you guys are looking for a good wash mitt, this is the McGuire's wash mitts. I've been using these for a very long time. Ooh, that feels very slick on the surface. They're relatively cheap. I just set up an Amazon store with products there, like some of my favorite products. I posted in my community post. And yeah, so this mitt's on there because I really enjoy this mitt. Except at one point they were like $5. I think they're like $8 or something like that. these days, but again, it's still a real good mitt, soft. It's white. A lot of people like, you know, light colored mitts. But yeah, this is really nice in terms of lubrication. Yeah, just a little too thick out of the foam cannon at 60 milliliters. But it's not bad. Let's go ahead and wash the glass and see how this does on the glass. I mean, it's pretty slick. I mean, my wash mitt's just gliding on the surface. And I always tend to kind of clean the blades like that because you can see it picks up some guck on there. So let me just go ahead and do this side and then we'll show you the way that this rinses off. It rinses off real nice off the surface as well. Again, just a quick little swipe. You can kind of clean that up. So let's go ahead and rinse this and I'll show you how clean it rinses off the panel. Set up. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm kind of in the sun / shade. So you can see it rinses off clean, no impact to my ceramic coating. So you can see it rinses off real clean. No issues. Let's just go ahead and rinse off the glass just to show you. So that's just an initial rinse here. Rinses off real clean, no issues with it. But man, I got a lot of foam on the floor here. So just kind of let you guys know that. So it does seem to work. So we're going to go ahead and do final thoughts. Let me go ahead and finish washing the rest of the Equinox here. I'll come back to you on camera and we'll talk final thoughts for the soap, and then we'll come back and talk about the drying aid, which is the detail spray on the surface. So I'll be right back with that, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the drying aid portion here of the Ethos product demonstration here. So this is where we're going to trigger a lot of people here when it comes to drying aid, because every time I use it, I'm using it on a surface that's mostly dry, because I end up using my Ego blower to dry the surface off so I don't have a lot of water left. Or I tend to sheet rinse. Well, either way, I use the blower from the Ego. I don't have a lot of water on the surface, and people is like, well, you're using it more as a topper, not so much as an actual drying aid. Well, there is no right way or wrong way to use a drying aid. You can use it on a surface that has lots of water, or you can use it on a surface where you're just touching up areas where you have water, like I do here. Keep in mind that if your drying aid has protection in it and you're trying to get the benefits of that protection, the more water you have on the surface, the more you're going to dilute the product. You're not going to get the performance of the protection that it has on the surface. So keep that in mind when it comes to drying aid. So again, this is where I trigger people when it comes to drying aid. So again, there is no wrong way, there is no right way. Use the drying aid as you wish. Again, people are always going to come in, you're using it as a topper. So what? What are you going to do? Not subscribe? Unsubscribe? So be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this camera around, and we're going to use the Ethos thing. So you can see I just have a little bit of water left on the surface. You can see it right here. So just a bit of water. And so what I tend to do, I have my towels in the way, is I normally just tend to kind of just mist it. So I'm not drenching the area. I don't need to drench the area. And so what I'll do is I'll take my towel, and I forgot this, like I said, I forgot to bring the step stool out, and I'll just dry the surface here. And even if I don't have, like here I have a little bit of something, and I'll just use my towel to pick up any moisture on the surface. Really not that hard when it comes to it, right? Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Again, I'll just come back with my secondary towel, and then I'll just buff off any excess stuff. Again, there's a little bit of kicked on business here. One thing I noticed with this product is that it tends to attract bugs. They must like the scent that's in here. I'm gonna just get that schmutz that's there. So again, real nice product, very slick too. I got something here. As I mentioned, I can't wait to get rid of C6 Hydrolite on here. Like I said, every time I see a failing spot, it kind of, ticks me off. So again, we'll use it here on the side. We'll use it here on the side, and we'll use it on the mirror. On the glass here. And we'll just dry this portion. Again, I just have a little bit of standing water on here, nothing too substantial. And yeah, it plays good on glass. So here it is on glass. You can see it kind of just evaporates. It evaporates so fast I couldn't capture it on camera. But it flashes off really fast from the glass on here. So let's go ahead and dry this piece here. So you can see I got a little bit of water in here. So I'll just kind of get that. And then I'll just clean the glass with this because I had a little bit of standing water. Again, not a lot because I used the blower. Gonna get in here because I got some water in there. Okay, I'm gonna come back with this towel and I'll just go over it one quick pass because I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything off the surface. I kind of cheated because I was doing the other side because I wanted to kind of just dry this really quick. So this was the only side I had left to dry off. And then we'll dry this as a secondary buff. And yeah, it's immediate slickness. Check this out. Let's see if we can get it to capture on camera. So that's the slickness you're going to get from this product. Super slick. So real nice product there. So if you guys are like a slick product, you may want to look at this Ethos one. Real nice product. Boom. So that's the drying aid portion. If I can flip this camera around, and we'll talk about final thoughts here. I just got to wipe down the wheels and the door jambs and I'm done. But I want to give you guys a quick look at the two products that Tim sent me. So we'll talk about Ethos Pure Shampoo. Real nice shampoo. Nothing bad to say about this. This thing foams on real thick. So I ended up using 60 milliliters and 800 milliliters of water, and it foamed pretty thick. The reason I did 800 milliliters is because I was going to foam this car twice. So this car takes about 800 milliliters. The Impala takes about 600 to 700, somewhere roughly in there. So I wouldn't need as much. So I'd probably play around with the amount of product in the foam cannon. I think next time I'm going to try like 45 milliliters and kind of see how that does, because it is pretty thick when it comes out of the foam cannon. But again, it's pretty impressive when it comes out of the foam cannon and it goes on really thick. Long dwell time, rinses clean, very nice lubrication under the wash mitt. That's one thing I really enjoyed about this. Real nice scent as well. And then one other thing I appreciate Tim doing and his team doing is making this a thin consistency. You can see it's doesn't stick to the side of my bottle or anything like that. So it allows for better dispersion in the water when you're mixing it up. Because sometimes a thick shampoo, you have to mix it until you break everything down. And sometimes when you're using a thick shampoo and you're pouring it into a container like I do to get the amount of product into the foam cannon, you have a lot of product left in the container that you're transferring to. So again, I appreciate that from Tim. Real nice soap from Ethos. Good for coatings, waxes, sealants. Again, just a pure pH neutral soap. No gloss enhancers, no waxes, no sealants, no silica, no nothing in there like that. One thing that's pretty cool that I do find this interesting here. It doesn't say it on here, does it? Helps prevent water spots. So as long as you have the soap on the surface and I'm washing outside, I'm not going to get water spots because the soap is there. And so I just go around the entire car and then rinse it off. Once you rinse it off, okay, yeah, you have the potential to get water spots. That's where you come in with your drying aid of choice. And as I mentioned, people get triggered with the way I was using it because you're using it as a topper. Again, so what? Yeah, use the drying aid as you see fit. If you want to use it on a surface that has a lot of water, go for it, man. I'm not stopping you. If you want to use it on, like I do, where I blow the vehicle off first and then come back and touch it up, by all means, go for it. I've been doing that for the last 20 plus years, and it's been working just fine for me. So very nice product here. You can see how slick it was when I was throwing the towel across the glass there. You're left with a nice glossy finish. Actually, if I take a look at the finish here, I'll show you the finish after we're done. So it leaves a real nice glossy finish, nice slickness. Again, stated leaves no protection, even though the bottle says it and the website says it leaves protection or boosts. What does it say? Boost protection of waxes and sealants. Could it be because anytime you use a product and you're changing the surface tension, you technically are leaving something on the surface? How long that's going to last, who knows? You're technically putting that on top of that wax, sealant, or coating. And so yes, you're kind of boosting whatever's on the surface, if technically doing it that way. But again, really nice product from Ethos. Smells really good. Again, immediate slickness on a dry and a wet surface. On a dry surface, it's going to be slicker than on a wet surface. Kind of keep that in mind. And one other thing is it pairs well with the rinseless wash. You can use it as a drying aid for that, because the Ethos rinseless wash lacks a little bit of lubrication when you're drying it. So if you want to add a little bit of slickness, just go ahead and use the I was wondering what that is. It's the sensor for the cats. Just go ahead and use this, and it'll add some protection on the surface. So this product, actually, I'm going to put this out there. I'm not saying it's the same, but it reminds me a lot of OG Drying Aid and Adam's Slick and Slide. That's what this product reminds me of. I'm not saying it's the same product. It just gives me a lot of recollection of those two products when it comes to when I was using those, which again, those are two great products to use as well. So that's all I have for you guys. Two good products from Ethos. Definitely check them out. I think they're worth checking out. Nice soap, nice detail spray. How long it's going to leave anything on the surface, I honestly don't know. It's probably going to fade rather quick, probably a wash or two, and that's pretty much it. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely check it out. I will put my promo code, again, MiKEG at Ethos, will save you 10% off at any of your orders there. And I will see, I don't know if for you Canadians, I don't know, I'd double check if Chris at Carzilla carries it, and if they do, I'll ask Tim how long it's going to take to get up there. But again, real nice products from Ethos. We'll see if 2025 is the year of Ethos. I think that Tim is due for a good run from product users. So definitely check him out. He's got some good stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera, and we're going to take a look at the finish one last time. Okay, so this is the view I'm looking at. And if I kind of pan over this way, I mean, in the shade, white and silver is the best. That's the best time to get gloss on the surface. So again, it looks real nice. As I kind of pan over, and give you guys a quick little look at the crisp reflections on the silver paint. And that's all I have for you guys. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Go ahead and post your thoughts down below. These two products you're going to check out. I think you should. Two great products from Ethos. Again, thanks for Tim for sending these out. No issues thus far. Again, really first time using it in terms of the shampoo. Very first time. Technically the second time with the detail spray, because I used it before I came on camera earlier in the day during the rinse wash process. But again, real nice product from Tim. Definitely check them out. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm babbling now. Take care, everyone. And yeah, catch you next one.